Hey guys, welcome to another podcast episode on Generating Conversations. That's the name of it, I didn't forget it. You join me today in the Lenham office where we have our AVK controls based. I'm joined by Andy, and Lim today. You're going to catch us playing a game of pool. Now, you might have seen in the last episode, I was playing shuffleboard and absolutely terrible. So I'm not going to say how good I am at pool just to save face right now. But to start off, we're going to do rock, paper, scissors to work out who's going. We're doing baldies versus hair. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay.
Oh, straight off.
Do you start?
Yeah.
Okay.
Knock away.
Yeah, just so you guys know, in this episode, we're going to be finding out everything about controls, exactly what they are, and how they benefit AVK. And it might be a short episode after that break. We'll soon find out.
We're going to clear up straight away.
Exactly. Fingers crossed. No, I've got to give it a bit of time, have I? Or have I? Go on.
Oh,
It's a shame, isn't it? So guys, AVK controls, do you want to give us a brief kind of description of exactly what that entails for the people out there that don't know?
Controls, controls encompasses all kinds of things really, but so for us, we take conceptual designs, build out scope, build out panels, wiring diagrams, installation, and then go and commission it and end up working late nights and all kinds of weekends trying to get that across the line. Really, that's what we do. Yeah.
What exactly is a control panel? What part does it play in the projects you work on and itself as an actual product? What would you say it is?
So I guess it's the conduit between large equipment to make that connect those pieces together, as it were, and make it work.
Yeah. I mean, there's all different aspects with control panels, basic sort of monitoring, status monitoring, all the way through to quite advanced automated SCADA systems. So quite a variety. It's little box, big box, effectively. So.
And you guys work on an array of clients, don't you? It's not just data centers that you're focused on or are indeed focusing on at the moment.
We came from small beginnings, really, where we would work for anybody, anybody that was willing to pay us, we would work for. And therefore, since we've kind of moved into the wider team with AVK, fortunately, we've been lucky enough to continue that kind of thing, which gives us a broad understanding of controls as a whole. So it enables us to focus on, what AVK need, but also, keep up with technologies that may not be data center related. So it gives us a big spectrum to work with.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have another.
How would you say, like, having worked with AVK now working for AVK now for the best part of 3-4 years, how has that transformed the products that you guys have produced? Has there been a kind of change in the technology used or the way things are produced? I mean, obviously, I imagine the factory's gotten a lot busier.
It has, yeah. I think just the turnover within the panel shop, we're doing a lot more repeat sort of standard panels, ATSs, fuel polishers, where we would process control a little bit more. They're all one-offs and bespoke one-off panels. We're now finding we're getting lots of the same type of panels through the door. So very busy at the moment.
Yeah, and that adds complications to stock and ordering and cash flow and all of those kind of things that come with making everything a lot bigger. But I think we have just grown realistically in stature and experience after the relationship coming into the AVK family. It's been an epic journey. There's some highs, there's been some lows, as there always is. But I think I think if I look back and think, where we were and where we are now,
chalk and cheese.
Oh, mate, we would never have anticipated where we are today, and certainly where we're going tomorrow. There's the opportunities are far-reaching, really.
Because Lim, have you found it changed? Obviously, you joined back in 2017 as an apprentice and gone up through the ranks, and you are now. We're going to touch on it in a second, but in terms of your kind of day to day. Have you seen that change over the last 3 to 4 years as well? Or?
Yeah, of course. Like obviously going to a bigger company, it's always a slight worry. Are you going to be just a number? Which I think is really good in AVK. And where we come from, we were very family orientated. It was a family run business. And when we've gone into AVK, it's stayed that. Everyone does still know each other. You still have stuff, you still know who your line manager is. And like you say, you're not just a number. So I think it's really good in that sense. Not a lot has changed for me, which is a good thing, I say. If anything has happened, it has got better. So for me, it's probably exploded with what our career paths can be, because we can go a lot more sideways, and if we wanted to end out of controls, we can do that. There's so many different divisions now. So for us, yeah, it's definitely made it a lot better.
I mean, I'm sure the some of the sizes of the sites you go to have probably changed a bit. 'Cause I mean, I've been to a couple of them, and they just absolutely blow my mind in terms of, you know, the acres of land and all the people are on it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's it. I mean, so we've always kind of been involved with generators and generator control, but it was always, you know, 1, 2, maybe 4 sets syncing together. And nowadays, it's, you know, you're looking at jobs and you're going, oh yeah, there's 52 engines on that, you know, and you're just like
integrating with the bed system
phenomenal.
as well.
Yeah, it is absolutely phenomenal. But I mean, as Liam said, with regards to family and stuff like that, I mean, you know, I've spent a lot of time out in Ireland, you know, over the last couple of years, and my wife just says it's, you know, going to see the next family that I've got, you know, because, and in fairness, we have expanded our family, as it were. You know, I've got some really good friends now out in Ireland, who work for AVK, that purely come from, you know, having that relationship with them, and I think the collaboration is brilliant.
And then Liam, going back to obviously you kind of joining, how would you say the journey has been, as you know, for the people that might be watching, thinking about getting involved in this kind of industry and a career like this? Like, how did you first get started in what you do and grow the ranks?
So obviously, so I started as an apprentice, which theoretically is only a 4-year course. So obviously I've got the qualification of being an electrician. So I've done that for 4 years, and then after that, obviously it just comes from experience. And obviously AVK come in, and now there's obviously a lot more steps I can go to. So obviously I've done my supervisor course, loads of other courses. I was saying we've done something that not everybody's got, is a complex course, which is for like hazardous area sites, which is very peculiar in some ways. Not everybody's been onto them. Most people get lost. I still do. Yeah. So it's been a good journey. Like obviously it's flown by. It's crazy to think I've been here for 8 years now, and I've loved it. Really, it's been brilliant. So yeah, it's been a lovely.
I mean, that's what I'm doing. I'm faking it till you make it, kind of vibe. Yeah. If my boss is watching this, that's a joke. Kind of an interesting question to ask you guys. What makes a client easy to work with in what you guys do? Is it, you know, having the plans set, the parameters set, or is it kind of there's always moving bits and bobs?
I think we're lucky. In fairness, I mean, the majority of clients that we work for they know what they want. So it helps to deliver what they want. You know, if they've got a clear understanding of, you know, of where they're going. Yeah, I think that's probably key, really. They are, you know, in some realms it would be called an intelligent client. And it seems, you know, kind of a funny term, but it is the fact that they have got, they don't necessarily understand absolutely everything, but they know what they need and they know what they want, and they're very, very supportive. You know, I've had a lot of work recently on our site, you know, the client that we're working for there, I've known them from previous jobs. So again, it's kind of like that family, you know, get together. Oh, do you remember the last job that we did and wasn't that funny? And you know, those kind of things, you know. So I think. Yeah.
It's exactly what I was going to say. We've had a lot of repeat work, so we've got to know the same clients over the years. And you get to know how each other work as well, which makes for a sort of great end product. They know what they want, we know how they want it, we can deliver that. Yeah.
I mean, for you, Liam, is there being on site? Is there something?
Yeah, no. Obviously, my view's a little bit different. Obviously, because my way of the client is I'm doing what they want. So if they're, like you say, it is the same as if they want it clear and that's how they want it done, that's how I'll do it. So obviously, there's a little bit different because they can design and change things. But obviously, yeah, I know when I've had a bad client, when I've had a good client, because it makes my job a lot easier. And I've done jobs the exact same with years apart, but different clients, or different supervision who's in charge, and I know which one went better than the other.
Yeah.
And that's not just because.
Do you want to mention any names?
No, not at all. No, it's not within this company. But obviously, I knew one, and then the other we didn't know as well. So obviously, it does help if you know him. So I got on really well, but then we were both clear with what we wanted, what he wanted, and how we did it. So it does make a big difference with a job. You know when it's gone smooth. Yeah. They're nice people, and the people or the clients that it doesn't go as smooth probably aren't as nice people, and you probably wouldn't go to the pub with them. So it definitely does make a difference. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Is it yellows to go by?
It's your go.
Yeah,
it's your go. Yeah. But I think prior to in our last kind of incarnation of work, we were small that we didn't do advertising. So all of our work came from repeat work from the clients that we worked with. So we've always had a really good relationship with clients.
I was going to say, do you think that's something that is a staple fit of AVK Controls, is that kind of connection you have with the client to get that repeat business potentially coming when they've got another project coming up?
Yeah, I think so. But I think, and it's because, and without blowing our own trumpets, it's because we kind of know what we're talking about, and I think that they understand that we know what we're talking about, and it makes their life easier. They feel comfortable with us. It's not like they have to keep explaining everything to us. And because of that, they say, I need X, Y, and Z. You deliver X, Y, and Z. They go, that was perfect. We'll do that the next time. Yeah. And that's kind of what we've lived off of, really.
I mean, obviously, it's beneficial as well that we have an in-house, great part, have an in-house control system. Is there control department? Is there any scenarios where you guys were given a brief and you would have to outreach to potentially suppliers to tweak something that we couldn't do ourselves, or is it we always get around the problem by designing and creating new elements to panels potentially to customer needs?
Yeah, it's something we'd always investigate first steps. I mean, there are some speciality controls works out there that would be beyond our capability just because of the equipment and that required. But yes, the inquiry would come through us. We would suggest the recommended way forward to each client. But
fair.
Yeah.
Now sink a ball at it.
Yeah, I know.
I haven't put it up.
I haven't actually potted one yet. I was hoping no one had noticed.
Been carrying the team.
I know.
Still not.
The pressure.
No pressure. Collapsed under.
So you guys get 2 shots now, don't you?
Yeah,
we do. Yeah, go on, then.
That's all right, Andy.
You can go for that.
I think it's a level playing field, but just before, if you guys don't know, before we start rolling the cameras, there is £10 on the line on this, and Andy's very kindly said that he'll cover my 10 quid.
I'm going to have to after that shot for sure.
He's getting tactical,
isn't it? Isn't it just? You see,
well, it's helped.
So kind of going back to it is, I guess we should kind of focus on the future as well in terms of an ever-changing world of AI and all this kind of stuff. Like, where do you see the technology kind of making an impact on controls? Do you see a completely new way of workings in 10 years' time? Because, I don't know, all of a sudden there's wireless electricity. Obviously I'm just going random. So
as long as it doesn't go Bluetooth.
Yeah. I think
turn off and on again.
I think some of the interesting things that are coming out now, certainly with the manufacturers that we're working with, is that they are now developing AI kind of generated simulations of products where you can take the base settings of a generator and you can put them into a simulation. You can take a BES system and you can effectively join everything together and visualize what it's going to do. I'm going to keep talking to try.
Yeah, very much.
I'll hold off on points of light so you can get this answer.
Yeah, you can visualize what it's going to do in an AI kind of situation, and I think that as a technology is something great, because there's nothing worse than being 2 o'clock in the morning on site and something's not working because you've not had the opportunity to kind of test it, Whereas if you can test it in the comfort of your office environment, and therefore know when you get to site everything is going to be great. It alleviates an awful lot of pressure. So there, I think technology in that respect is great, you know. But you know, unfortunately, the game where we're in, we have to keep up with technology, and you know, AVK, in fairness to them, are happy to invest in people and training and skill sets, you know, and stuff like that, because a lot of the industries where we kind of came from to gain our skills have disappeared, unfortunately. So we need to invest in young people rightly, you know, in order to bring them up. To replace me when I retire, you know. That's what I need.
Just no time soon, right?
Little way to go.
It depends whether you pot this black or not.
I mean,
pressure on.
Andy, with your take on kind of the new tech sides, do you think?
Yeah, sort of echoing what Andy said. Really, I think AVK as a whole are very good at investing into new technology and the training needed to adapt for it as well. So we are part of the bronze system integrator for Rockwell. We're looking at other areas as well. So all the time these new hardware, new software is developing. So it's just keeping one step ahead of the game, really.
Yeah,
so we
100%.
On the pulse.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, Liv, I guess obviously you kind of going on site and that kind of stuff, the way tech might impact how you are installing and you know, things like that. Do you think there's...
Well, yeah, of course, but I guess even if you had robots, you still need someone to build the robots. So, yeah, obviously mine's a lot different. Obviously it changes, probably makes it easier for us, but at some stage there still needs some installment. It's never going to be, like you say, via Bluetooth. At least not in the next 50 years or something. So as long as it's not that, we're all still going to be busy. It's just going to widen the range and how hard it is going to be to understand some of the control panels nowadays with the technology. But that's why it's going to be good, and that as long as we keep learning and training courses, we should know.
Yeah, top right, by the way. I guess kind of another question is...
it's in.
I mean, I called top right, but I was actually that end of the table.
Does
that count? Let us know if that counts.
We'll take that.
I guess, you know, one of the fun questions is around AVK controls itself. Do you guys think we're leading the charge in what we do? Do you think there's competitors in the market? I don't know how many there are, or if there are massive, you know, dedicated companies just to controls. Where do you think we are in that kind of space?
I think there are other people that do what we do. Of course there is. But I think AVK is looking at the powertrain. It's looking from the generator through the e-pods, through the controls, through the switch gear, and when a company can deliver a turnkey solution that starts from beginning to end, you know, all in house. I think that gives us definitely the leg up on everybody else, you know, rather than
having bits here and
exactly
everywhere.
that. Another individual company may be, you know, they may be able to do that, but they can't do that, and therefore they've got to rely on subcontractors and stuff like that.
It's the benefit of having it in house, isn't it?
For sure. I mean, you know, all of the problems stay in house, and all of the solutions stay in house.
Not that there are any.
No, you see that there should always be a problem, but so long as the business has the ability to be able to solve that problem, then that's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing. But yeah, we need to expand in installations, and you know, we need a bigger boat because we are growing rapidly, and it's a great thing. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much. I can't believe I just did that. I mean, I do that all the time.
Me neither. And I suppose I'll have
looking
to
forward
give
to
the
10
money
quiz.
out,
Yeah, exactly. But thanks for joining us on another episode of Generating Conversation with AVK, and we'll make sure to catch you in the next one.